All right, y'all. What's up? What's up? What's up? Man, I'm in some good energy. Spirit got me up this morning, but not too early. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is when you watch this video, just make it apply. We about to get this thing started. Before we start, shout out to Otter Spirit for the crystals. These crystals are really good, y'all. You want to use these tools that will help you manifest. Green jade, which is the one on top, the green one. Green jade is really good for manifesting money. It's bringing money in, prosperity and abundance. And then, of course, my rose quartz, which is also on my arms, is for love and self-love. And so, especially when you have went through a breakup, when you went through a breakup and you have these, baggages and stuff like that, wear some rose cord, balance that energy out, help yourself to, release this energy. Um, and so, let's make sure we get it done. I'm gonna go ahead and get in the reading because it's probably gonna end up being pretty long. Spirit gave me a really good dream and direction on what to do with the reading. Is going over the basic reading and then seeing what's in both people energy. That's how I already know that it's about to be about love. The crazy thing is I never in a million years would have thought that I would have been a reader going over love. Ugh, out of all things, because love is not the energy that follows me like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it real. Money is the thing that follows me. Ever since, and I said it before in my videos, so I'm not gonna go into a deep spiel, but ever since I was a little kid, money has always been a thing that followed me, and I've always had money. I've never struggled when it came to money. Spirit has really blessed me financially. For my job, I am the director of HR, making six figures. I have my master's in human resource management. I have my MBA, so I have double masters. I have three books that I have published that is generating income. I have my own business. I, get paid from content creation and, all types of stuff. And so, money is the thing that has always followed me. That is the one thing that has always been blessed in my life. And so when I was going through my ceremonies to receive my hand of Ifa, as well as my crowning ceremony in order to receive my mother Oya, and then, finding out that my daddy is Chango, as well as, my ceremony for Palomeambe, which my dad is Sarabanda. It was one of the orishas spoke. That's the one thing about it. When you go through these ceremonies, every orisha speak and they tell you specific things, and they tell you things about your destiny. And I believe it was Arumula. Arumula said that you're very powerful with what you're doing now. That you're going to end up being able to see a whole lot more. Ifa said that your divination is going to go further than just tarot cards, which is true. I do tarot cards, I do cowrie shells, I do the coconut shells, I do the rooms, I do all different forms of divination. I just always go to default of the tarot cards because the tarot cards are very easy. Tarot cards is dealing with Igun, spirit guides, and ancestors. And so it's working with the dead, and so they give you a better layout of the story. When it comes to the cowrie shells and the coconut shells and stuff like that, you got to make sure you're asking the right question. Those, other forms of divination is really asking specific questions. And, if you ask the wrong question, then you're not going to get the answers and stuff that you're really seeking. And, sometimes we ask some of the most basic general questions because we want to know about love, and it's like is this person coming back, and we waste our energy, on that question instead of asking, what is going to happen in my love life. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why narrow it down to this one nigga when, you can ask Elegwa while you are with him, what is going to happen with the totality of my love life? And so sometimes, with those, divinations, we waste our energy on asking the most basic general questions instead of asking things that will give us more information and that will help us out a whole lot more. And so to get back to the topic, Arumula said that he was saying that everything was going to come down to, he was like, as much as you can, because at the time I was doing everything. I was doing zodiac sign readings, I was doing love readings, money readings, spiritual awakening readings, spiritual guidance. I was doing it all. Witchcraft readings, which I love more than anything. I still do that to this day. And Arumula was saying that, everything was going to end up going into a specialty. He was like, you're going to end up specializing in one area. Even though you'll still be able to do them all, you're going to end up specializing in one area. And of course, us being human, the first thing I thought of, I was like, oh, mine is going to be money. Because money is the thing that follows me. Money is the thing that I have been the most successful with. Nope. Whenever I do a general reading, money is not the thing that come out. And at first, I would do a love reading and I'm like, oh, love came out. Then I would do another reading and I'm like, okay, love came out again. And I'm like, okay, let's not let this happen too often. Did another reading, love came out, and I'm like, why the fuck is love keep coming out? Like, I wanted mine to either be money or witchcraft. Those are the two that I love. And I'm a beast when it comes to witchcraft. Man, witchcraft readings, you can't hide shit from me. You can try to mask and everything else. I'm going to see every fucking thing you're doing. I love witchcraft readings. But whenever I do a general reading, just asking spirit, what is it that you want to reveal to the people? For whatever reason, it's been love. Love is the one thing. They are keeping me in this category. Now, whenever I do my personal readings, it really depends on what's in your energy. If witchcraft is on you, witchcraft is going to be detected. If love is the problem you're going through, love is going to be the thing. If you're having money troubles, money is going to come up. But whenever there is a collective reading, I've noticed that the only thing that come out in this shit is love. And so I'm like, damn, Arumula was right. That's the one thing about it. Arumula divination it never tells a lie. So that was just one of the things I wanted to share. That was just very interesting in me. Don't talk about the outfit because I got on some some long johns, I think that's what they call, some thermals with a hoodie. I woke up cold. I had my fans and stuff on, and so I woke up cold, and I just needed to warm up my body real quick. But I just be throwing on shit. But let's get into this reading. Thank you, Igun. Thank you, Spirit Guides. Thank you, Ancestors. Thank you, Saravana. Thank you, Arisha. Thank you, Yeshua. Thank you, Ola Dumaray. Thank you, Ola Room. Thank you, Ola Fee. I'm just, Ashe. I'm just a little bit energetic and just trying to get to the message because I had a very detailed dream. Spirit was like, this is what I want you to do. And so, I was like, okay, I'm geeked. Let's see what happened. So, and that's very rare. Normally when they come to my dream, they would tell me, like, hey, I need you to do this ritual or this spell. Somebody is doing witchcraft against you. Do this, and those are the best spells, boy. When the ancestors come to you in the dream and tell you what to do, ooh, somebody finna get hurt. Those are the best spells, but, it's very rare for them to tell me what to do in divination, and so I guess it's somebody's spiritual team was talking to my spiritual team, and this is what spirit wanted me to do, and so I'm going to do the spread based on how spirit showed me in my dream. I shall. Oh, I already got the overall energy out. I started it, and then I went to the kitchen to get something to eat, and then I was like, okay, now I'm ready for the video. Now I'm ready for the video. So now we're at the crossing energy now. Yeah, I'm a Gemini. I be doing 1,000 things at once. What is the thing you want to reveal, Spirit? Reveal it to your people. What is the thing you want to reveal? Oh, this might be a really good reading overall. What is it that you want to reveal to your people, Spirit? Come on, come through. Somebody is getting ready to offer a cup of love. Last reading was no movement at all. You know, it's some movement here. It is some movement here, and something is getting ready to come to an end. Something is getting ready to come to a close. You better come through. But we got the... Why do we got the King of Cups here too? I wonder is the King and King of Swords and the King of Cups, if they're the same person, or is this talking about a gay relationship? Because these are both two men. This could be talking about a gay relationship, or this could be the same person. It's one or the other. This is a gay relationship, or it's the same person. We'll see. Or two different people. And it's like, dang, you want two? Hey, come on, polygamy. What is the yep. Somebody is getting ready to confess. Somebody is getting ready to confess. Foundation is okay, goddamn. Okay, slow down. Okay, I'm gonna do what the dream said. Like, we don't have to rush me now. We got all the time in the world. You don't have to rush me, baby. Spirit, you do not have to rush me. You can tell when I'm energetic and I actually got some sleep. You can tell when I am energetic and I actually got some sleep, because bitch, it go down. I'm silly, I'm funny as fuck. You can tell when I actually got some really good rest. But yeah, I need to see if this is talking about a gay relationship, or is these two different men. If it's two different men, or if it's a gay relationship. What is this, Spirit? Is this talking about a gay relationship? Is this talking about a gay relationship? Alright, so is this talking about two different men? Is this talking about two different men? Is this talking about two different men? And then, so is this talking about, because it could be either or. It could be, hey, it could technically be both. Is it talking about just the archetype? All right, you got the Judgment on this one. This is a major arcana. So this could just be the archetype. So, but, at the end of the day, take what resonates, because it could be, because it's saying it's just talking about the archetype, not necessarily the gender. And so with it talking about the archetype, it could be two men, it could be man and woman, it could be, whatever, because it's only talking about the archetype, which is saying that it's only talking about the energy. And so, it could be either or. All right, let's get into this thing. We start off with a major fucking arcana. We are starting off with the death card. Somebody had to be doing some praying or something, because Spirit gave me that download in my dream and said, look, I want you to do a reading. This is how I want you to do it. And so clearly you've been doing some praying, and Spirit is like, look, I'm gonna give you this confirmation through this nigga, with the crazy beard. So you're starting off with a major arcana, which is the death card, and the death card is saying an ending is coming. And so this is an ending that you have been waiting for, and the ending that is coming is the Four of Cups. Somebody is getting ready to exit their depressed state. Somebody has been extremely depressed. They have been extremely down, and they haven't known how to come to you to apologize, to tell you what's on their mind. But Spirit is saying that this is coming to an ending now. And so this is someone that is exiting the dark night of the soul, that, Spirit had to deal with their ego. Spirit had to deal with their pride. Spirit had to deal with all of these things. And now they are towards the end of this phase, and Spirit is saying that this depression is going to end up being lifted from this person. And so we see here with the Four of Cups is that when you look at the Four of Cups, that you have three of the cups upright, and the Three of Cups, it represents celebration and joy. But if you look at the actual person in the card, the person is depressed as hell, and they're sitting under a tree. And so with the Three of Cups being upright in the picture, and that represents celebration, it's saying that celebration in life is around this person. But even though celebration in life is around this person, they're not engaging in it. They're depressed. They're down. And so this could be that there's a third party that's trying to get this person attention, and they like, bitch, I don't want your pussy. It like, that shit is tired out. This is, people saying like, hey, let's go out and party. Let's go to the club. And this person is like, no, I'm just gonna, stay in the bed, and I'm just gonna go to sleep. This is somebody that has been down. They have been drained of their energy, and the dark night of the soul will do that to you. It will drain you, because that is an awakening in and of itself. There are different forms of awakenings, but the one thing that every awakening is going to promise you is that through this phase, you're going to learn something. You're going to be shaped. You're going to be molded. And so this is someone that had to go through the dark night of the soul in order to realize what they have done wrong. This is someone that could have been, a heartbreaker, that, they could have done a lot of toxic ass shit and never realized how it affected the other person. And, before y'all get started, yes, people can do things and not know how it comes off to other people. Because if this was your environment growing up, where you are like, you have always seen mom and dad cheat on each other and they never had a problem with it, in their mind, you're the problem, because they're like, why are you tripping over me just being a natural man? This is what men do. My mom never complained, so why the fuck are you complaining? And so when you have that type of mentality, and it is built on childhood trauma, when you do these things to other people, you don't necessarily see it as wrong. In your mind, you are like, why is this bitch tripping? And that is when universe have to come in, and universe have to give a dark night of the soul, which is a very strong awakening. That spirit, and the dark night of the soul is basically, it's going through a phase where a mirror is placed in front of you, and you end up getting you. And that dark night of the soul, it looked different for everybody. And so, don't think that, oh, because this person is going through a dark night of the soul, that they're going to be alone. That dark night of the soul might end up being getting into another relationship, and who you're getting into a relationship with, that person is you. And that person is about to give you the same damage. That person is about to give you the same drama and everything else that you have gave these other people, that you have broke all of these hearts and you walked away not giving a fuck because you never seen it as wrong. You always said, why is this motherfucking bitch tripping? Okay, bitch, now let's see how you finna trip when you get your twin. Let's see how you finna trip when you look in that mirror and now this person play you. Now when this person lie, manipulate, trick, and deceive, when this person is the biggest narcissist you ever seen, bigger than you, when this person is an opportunist, way better than what you could have ever been, and now this person is bringing you this stuff, now bitch, how do you feel? You depressed as shit, motherfucker. You depressed as shit. And so it's like, nigga, where that energy at? Where that energy at saying, bitch, you tripping? Like, I need you to look in the mirror and I need you to tell yourself, bitch, you tripping. Because, bitch, you tripping being depressed. Why we depressed now? Because you went through a dark night of the soul. And that dark night of the soul end up giving you a karmic relationship where you end up getting with yourself. And now because you got with yourself, you see how irritating you are. You see how toxic you are. Yeah? You see that now, don't you, nigga? Now you see it. Now you see you a good for nothing nigga, huh? Now you see you trifling. Now you see that you a bitch ass nigga. Now you see it. Now you see it because spirit had to move some things around and give you, and now you realizing that these bitches ain't tripping no more. Nah, nigga, it was you the whole time. And this is better than therapy. This is how we get through shit. This is how we break trauma. This is how we get through generational curses. Spirit will always give you when you do some dirty ass shit. And don't fuck with a child of Yemaya or Oshun, baby. You will definitely go through some shit like that. And so this is someone that has went through a major transformation. That this is someone that is going through a major change, and they were forced to look at themselves in the mirror and to see who they truly are and how they are affecting people. And the way that they were able to see how they were affecting people is by that toxic ass bitch affecting them. And now, since they realize that that person is them, just a different gender, now this is what's giving this person an awakening. And so this is someone that's, we still in the Four of Cups. I still got more to say about the Four of Cups. And so this is someone that's in a deep depression. Even though there's celebration, even though there's happiness and everything else around this person is not engaging. This person is not participating. This person is depressed as shit. And now in order for us to get the fourth cup, which will represent the Four of Cups, you have the cup that the cloud is giving with the hand, and that in and of itself is the Ace of Cups, which is actually on the board as well. And so while this person is depressed and they're no longer celebrating life, and they're no longer celebrating the things around them, now Spirit is coming in at the end of this transition and saying, are you ready now? And if you are, take this cup. And so whenever you look at the Four of Cups, the Four of Cups is the representation of two things. It is the Three of Cups in the upright, and it is the Ace of Cups. And so Spirit is now giving this person a cup and saying, what are you going to do with it? We have the hidden emotion as confessions. This is somebody that is ready to confess. This is someone that is no longer in a state that they are ready to hide what it is that they are feeling. This is someone that is ready. This person, look, they out of that tree, And now, boy, they done got on their little winter clothes, ready to confess. They like, look, I know that this is what it is that I need to do. And the thing is that this person must confess in order to come in. I can preach this all day. You never want to try to come back to somebody and never address the elephant in the room. Because if you're going to someone and you're not addressing the elephant in the room, that in and of itself is showing that you're still immature. That is a sign that you're going to take me through the exact same hell that you just put me through. And so the best thing that you can do is come in this state of confession, that you are addressing the elephant in the room, that you are talking about what it is that you have done, and then you're moving on from there. That don't try to hide what it is that you did, because number one, it's going to say, okay, you trying to play me as dumb. You think I'm going to forget all the shit that you just put me through? No, sir. I'm not going to forget that. And so whenever you are going back to somebody, you need to be able to talk about the things that you have done and come up with some type of action plan of how this is not going to end up repeating. We have in the crossing position, we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is very slow, but very strategic. It goes to the old saying, what comes in fast is going to leave fast. Whatever come in slow is going to end up staying. It's going to end up staying the course. And, the one thing about the Knight of Pentacles is very secure. We might complain about how long it's unfolding and how long it's taking, but the one thing that I can guarantee you is that when the Knight of Pentacles come in, it's actually stable and secure. This is someone that has taken the time. The Knight of Wands is very impulsive. The Knight of Swords is too headstrong. The Knight of Cups sometimes can be too emotional. But the one thing about the Knight of Pentacles has taken the time to really think things through, and they are coming in very strategic. This is someone that could be very analytical, making sure that they get every detail right. We have, as the clarifier, we have the Six of Wands, which talks about victory and success. And so this paired with the Knight of Pentacles, this is a very strong ground for success, because the Knight of Pentacles is very strategic in what it is that he does. And that being paired with victory and success, this person is going to end up getting what it is that they want, even if it takes longer than what they expected. And you have, as the hidden emotion, you have foundation. This is someone that wants family and security with you. This is someone that they see you as home and they want their foundation back. You have in the crowning energy, we start off with the Ace of Cups, which we already seen a reflection of this in the Four of Cups in the overall energy. Very significant, and this is now double confirmation because they are vertical from each other. It is up and down, and these two are very divinely connected. And so we start off with the Eight of Cups that is saying that love is getting ready to come in for you. And the person that this is being seen as, and no wonder why this person was scared, is you're being seen as the King of Swords. The King of Swords is a very strong-willed person. They are strong, they are determined, they don't take no shit from nobody. This is someone that can have a very bad mouth if you get on their wrong side. This is someone that can cut you with their words. And I can see now why this person was very scared to come in. Because when you look at the energy of the King of Swords is Gemini energy. And so, Spirit is saying, look at this as the archetype and not the actual person. When you look at the energy of the Gemini is a dual spirit. It's just like all of the others, which is only four of them. You have your mutable signs as Gemini, Virgo, Pisces, and Sagittarius, where it's two sides of them. And so Geminis can be extremely sweet. They can be very loving and they can be kind. But if you come to them wrong, they will match your energy. And, this is just going back to the person that is coming in. When it comes to a Gemini, Geminis are very intelligent. And Geminis pride themselves on their intelligence. Two of the worst things that you can do to a Gemini is to not communicate with a Gemini and to underestimate their intelligence. And so when we try to come in and we avoid addressing the elephant in the room, number one, it shows that you're not ready to communicate, which is one of the things that's going to piss off a Gemini. And then number two, you're underestimating their intelligence, because by not addressing the elephant in the room, in their mind, you are calling them dumb and you're calling them a fool. And that is going to be the thing that will make them cut you. And that is when we get to the energy of the King of Swords. The King of Swords can be very cruel with his words. The King of Swords, when he speaks, he cuts. And so if you are trying to be successful with returning back to a connection, you definitely want to make sure that you're addressing everything and that you're not hiding anything. Because going back and not addressing what it is that happened, number one, it already shows your immaturity, and that's a sign that what you have done is going to be something that is going to repeat, because you can't even acknowledge what you have done, which means we're still in a state of lies, manipulation, deception, and trickery. And when you look at the energy of the King of Swords, the King of Swords, he holds the sword of truth and clarity. In order to be able to get to the King of Swords and to keep him on a good side and to keep his anger down, you must match the energy of the sword that he is holding, which means you must come in with truth and clarity. If you come in with truth and clarity, the King of Swords is most likely to lean in and entertain your conversation. And so see, what you are thinking, being in the Four of Cups, you're thinking that if I come in and tell the truth, then this person is going to hate me and they're going to reject me and they're not going to give me the time of day. But what you don't realize is that when you come in with truth and clarity, this is the thing that the King of Swords appreciate. This is the thing that the King of Swords like. That now what was done in the dark is being brought to the light, and you are, you're sharing your truth. We have as the clarifier, we have the King of Cups. Here we go with Pisces energy again. Pisces is going to keep coming through, baby. The person that is coming in could be a Pisces. And I'm only saying that because it has come out in multiple readings. And if it's not a Pisces, it can be any water sign. The King of Cups represent Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. And so it represents all of the water signs and somewhat Aquarius as well, which is a wind sign. And normally I hate talking about the signs, because this is what gets people confused, because they like, oh, well, my person is not a Pisces. Well, you don't know their full chart. It's not always talking about the sun sign. It's just not, it's more than a sun sign. It's something else in their chart can be influencing them. And so their Venus could be Pisces. Their descendant sign could be Pisces. And so this is a Pisces that's getting ready to come in, or some type of water sign. This is someone that's going to be very emotional. This person is going to be very emotional when they come in. This could be someone that could cry when they come in. This is someone that is coming in with a lot of guilt and shame. And so this is someone that is, they are feeling bad about what they have done. You're still going to see a sense and a level of depression that's still going to be on this person, because even as I'm touching this card and feeling this energy, this person is not feeling the best. This is still someone that's scared to come in. This is still someone that is scared that you're going to reject them. But even though they feel that you're going to reject them, it's something in this person that is saying, I still need to go and present my case. I still need to go and say something, do something. And I don't know why, Spirit just said in my head, time. This person feels in some type of way that they're running out of time. This is someone that is feeling like they're running out of time and they must come to you because time is running out. I don't know why they feel time is running out. Maybe they feel that it has been too long and that the silence with you have been too long. But this is someone that is saying that they feel that time is running out. You do have, as the hidden emotion, we have return. This person is ready to return. They said, baby, I'm finna come back for you. But at the end of the day, they're still scared. You have in a challenge position, you have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is all about communication. This is someone that must come in with communication. But at the end of the day, you do have the Four of Swords here too. And so this is someone that is going to communicate, but then at the end of the day with the Four of Swords, they're going to shut the fuck up. This is somebody that kind of knows that you're going to blow up. They're anticipating for you to blow up with this energy, because this is someone that's saying like, look, I'm going to come in and I'm going to confess. And then after I confess, I'm just gonna be quiet because I know this bitch gonna go off. And this is someone that is prepared to give you the space in order to go off and in order to vent. Don't get mad with this style of communication, because this style of communication right here, this combination, this is going to be somebody that's going to end up leading the conversation, that they're going to say, like, hey, I'm back. I'm sorry for everything that I've done. I should have never cheated on you. I should have never did this or that. And they're anticipating after that you're going to be like, yeah, you dirty ass motherfucking nigga. You gave that dick to the whole community. I already knew that motherfucker. And, the Four of Swords is saying when you get in that mode, they're going to be quiet. So don't expect them to fight back, because they're not. This is someone that's actually afraid to cut you off. This is someone that's going to be afraid to, like stop you and say, well, no, it wasn't like that. This is someone that as you are saying your thing, they're going to just let you go on and go on and go on. And so if you're the type of person that, when you get in this mode and you like to argue, that you like that toxic shit where you want somebody to be like, nah, bitch, see you tripping. That's not going to be this person. Even if that is their normal style, that's not the style that they're coming in at, because they feel that if they get into that mode, then you're going to say, see, nigga, you still the same old motherfucker, and that's why we not together. And so this is someone that's coming in with a different style. This is someone that they're going to lead the conversation, they're going to confess, but then at the end of the day, they're going to let you go off. And, this person is just, they're going to let you go off. They're not going to say anything. Even the hidden emotion here, we have exhausted. You're going to end up exhausting this person with the way you talk. I mean, it is what it is. But remember, this is an emotion. This is what this person feels. This person is not saying that this is going to be a reality, not in this section, because this is saying, well, not with that deck. This deck is all about hidden emotions, is what the person feel. And, they feel that you're going to go off. This is someone that is saying that, like, this bitch is about to drain the shit out of me, but at least they are in a standpoint of saying, they're going to drain the shit out of me, but at the end of the day, it's because of just cause. And because of that, I'm going to shut up and I'm not going to say anything. Because, this is someone that, they like, look, I mean, I did the dirt and I already done disappeared on you. I might as well go and sit here like a little kid and just let you go off. This is someone, they're probably going to even be afraid to say, like, yep, 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 this is going to be somebody that's going to be quiet and mute. That as you're going off, they're just, that's it. And if that quietness fuel your fire even more, boy, then they were right. You're about to exhaust the shit out of them. You know, but let's keep everything, healthy. Let's try to keep everything healthy, you know what I'm saying? Let's not kill the nigga. Let's not. We can do more damage with our words than what we can ever do with our hands. Keep that in mind as well. And yeah, this person could have did their wrong, but at the end of the day, like, we don't need to murder the person with our words. Sometimes we can get so emotional that we lose track of what it is that we really need to convey. We don't need to convey all these things that's going to belittle this person and bring them down. What we need to be conveying, if we want a reconnection, is how are we going to make sure that this never happen again? That's the thing that we need to be talking about. So it's like, once you get through your fiery, venting, let's make sure that we bounce back to the healthy side of things of what do we do moving forward. That's if you want to continue, baby. Because if you want to continue. All right, we have, for what's the T for the overall energy, we have romantic love affair. I think we kind of already know that. Nigga was cheating. You know, um, but honestly, I think even with this, I think that you're the romantic love affair because this person is getting ready to leave a connection for you, is to try to get back with you. Because I mean, these people in this card is head over heels in love with each other. They are sleeping under the stars, looking in each other's eyes, and even the nigga is looking like, oh, I can't believe I got you back. I believe that you're the love affair. But I mean, it's not saying that the person is going to still be, this person is going to leave this third party because you got the Three of Cups upright. But even though the Three of Cups is upright, it was spirit that gave this person the Ace of Cups. And so the love affair is technically going to end up being you. Um, you have talking shit in the crossing energy. This person that they're leaving is going to end up, of course, they're going to end up talking shit. This person is like, bitch, you done took my man. And you like, well, technically you took him from me first. I just I just grabbed my trash back. This person is going to be talking shit. This person is going to be extremely mad that this person is leaving and going back to a past connection. You got giving money, okay, provider? This person is going to try to pay your bills. This person is going to try to buy your love back. This is someone that's going to end up trying to pay your bills. This is going to end up being someone that's going to end up trying to give you gifts. This is going to be someone that's not coming in empty handed. Like, this is going to be someone coming in with the flowers and bear and, all types of stuff to try to, swing you over. But this is someone that's like, look, this is someone that at least they know they fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Because this is someone that has opened their eyes and they know they fucked up now. And for all the people that are saying, "Oh, I'll never take an ex back" and stuff like that, this reading is not for you. Take what resonates. This is for somebody that want their partner back. Well, we'll see, because we still got to see what you think. We'll see in the energy, but this is someone that's gonna try their best. You have copycat. I think that this third party was trying to copy who you are. Bitch, you can't copy greatness. It's either you got it or you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, you trying to copy a divine feminine. Bitch, you a peasant. Try again. Like, come on. You, god damn. Girl, get that whack ass pussy out of here. Girl, you done had a nigga for a whole month and think you a goddess now. But girl, bye. Girl, bye. Oh God. But this person is haunted. This person is haunted by, memories and everything of you. This bitch thought she was something. You done stole the man for a month and think you goddess Teresa. Bitch, bye. You Michelle from the block. Girl, bye. Come on now, bitch. She thought she was doing something. I'm finna wear the same dress she had on. I'm finna wear the same heels. And bitch, you done broke out the shoe. Like, come on now. Be real. We got the card at the bottom of the deck, which is always partying, but we've seen this before in a previous read. And you do have as the overall energy, and notice how even with the always partying, you have 3 cups once again that's in the upright. But the overall energy was saying that even though these 3 cups is upright, this person is depressed. And so this could have been somebody that, in the beginning, they could have engaged in a lot of partying. But at the end of the day, this is someone that is no longer accepting this lifestyle. And so the person that they were with was the same energy as them. That, this is someone that could have been on the same sexual level that they like, I want to do a threesome. And she like, you know what? I want to do a threesome too. And then he ended up doing a threesome with this girl and he was like, oh, girl, you a freak. You freakier than me. And now all of a sudden this nigga is depressed because it's like the very thing that you asked for, you can't even handle. And that's the one thing about these Night of the Souls. When spirit give you that mirror and it's a direct reflection of yourself, you start realizing that all of the dumbass shit that you asked in previous relationships from good people was dumb as hell. And spirit is allowing you to get all of that out of your system in a karmic relationship and to teach you the lesson in a karmic relationship so that you don't destroy the collective, so that you don't fuck up things with the collective, even though you already have, but it's like no further damage. You know what I'm saying? And so, this is someone that, they used to party. And then you got to keep in mind, too, the card at the bottom of the deck is also what you don't see coming. And so now, with always partying and the 3 of Cups, it represents celebration. This is someone that's going to get their celebration back. That the moment that they, get back with you, now all of a sudden, this depression is going to turn back into celebration. And then right under that, you have fishing for comments. This motherfucker is looking at your social media. They stalking you. They said, baby, come back. You have the card at the bottom of the deck for the hidden emotion was mistake. This is someone that's realizing that they made a mistake. And so, of course, it matches with confessions that, this person is getting ready to confess. Card at the bottom of the deck as of the main deck is the 6 of Cups. This is someone from the past. We already know this is someone from the past because we have the return card here. And then we have the 6 of Swords right under that, which is a strong card of reconciliation. This is someone that's heading back home. And so, all in all, this is a, good reading. I know I'm going to get some comments. Fuck that motherfucker. I'm never accepting no ex back. Ex or illness. Ex is, okay, baby, it's not for you. Baby, it's not for you. Not everybody feel like that about their ex. Some people realize that, that was their soulmate, that was their twin flame, and it's like, let's not put negative energy out there for the ones that really do love their ex and they want their ex back. Trust me, I'm good at telling a nigga he a no good nigga and he a bitch ass nigga. But at the end of the day, if that bitch want to get back with that bitch ass nigga, then they finna be a bitch ass couple, and I'm happy for them. You know what I mean? It's no point of discouraging people that want to get back with their ex. I don't think you're a fool. I think that you're in love and you realize that you want this person in your life. And who am I to tell you that somebody should or shouldn't be in your life? If you want to get that nigga back, then get that nigga back. Let's make sure that we do some shit to make sure that he's not going to do the same thing. Maybe we need to do some rituals with Ogun. Do some rituals with Ogun. That nigga ain't going nowhere. Boy, if you know how to use that Ogun pot, boy, if you know how to use the tools in the Ogun pot, that nigga ain't going nowhere. But, at the end of the day, do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. I don't feel in no type of way. I don't think you're a fool. If you want to get back with your ex, get back with your ex. Maybe that nigga might do some good this time. Spirit was saying do 2 different decks. So I guess I'll let this one be yours. I'll let this one be the niggas. All right, I don't know who this is. It could be a bitch, but I don't know. I don't know why I always default to the nigga being. I don't know. Somebody called me out on that. They was like, "Why the nigga always got to be wrong?" I don't even know, brother. I don't even know, brother. I don't even know, brother. I'm sorry. I don't know. All right. So what's in your energy? What is on your mind? What is on your mind? What is on the collective mind that I'm connecting with, Spirit? What is on their mind? What is on their mind, Spirit? You want happiness. Look at you, and you're manifesting it. Get the fuck out of here, bitch. You are very powerful, being shown up as the magician. You realize that you are the creator of your own universe. This is someone that has been praying, doing rituals, that they know what it is that they want, and they're manifesting happiness. And so you're manifesting happiness. So you know what it is that you want. Okay, but we'll get a little bit deeper. But you're starting off good. You're manifesting happiness. All right, come on, nigga. What's on your mind? What's on your mind, nigga? The Queen of Wands. Okay, this is getting interesting. This person sees you as the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is someone that's very seductive. And this energy actually match, believe it or not, because what a lot of people don't realize, well, some people do. Maybe people do. The Queen of Wands is full-blown witch. The Queen of Wands in the tarot deck can be represented as Oshun. The Queen of Wands is very beautiful, very seductive. This is someone that got body, yada, yada. This is someone that got looks. But, just like with Oshun, a lot of people underestimate the Queen of Wands and think that she only represent beauty. And, the Queen of Wands is also a full-blown witch. And so this is someone that practices magic. And so this is the thing that's on this person's mind, is the Queen of Wands. And then you're being seen as the magician yourself in your own read. You're being seen as the magician that is manifesting happiness. And then this person is seen as liking the witch, which is the magician. And so these energies match. Now you're probably not specifically manifesting this person. You're only manifesting happiness, not realizing by manifesting happiness is actually triggering the other side. because that is a direct match. All right, so we got what we feel. What is the strength? What is your strength, baby? You got the Four of Swords and the King of Cups, and this person was seen as the King of Cups. You have as your strength, retreating from the King of Cups. And so, your strength was, could have been somebody that you were very patient with. This could have been someone that you really never argued with and stuff like that you allowed this person to really get away with a lot of stuff. Because, the Four of Swords it's not only retreating, it's resting, it's being chilled out, it's being quiet, it's not saying anything, it's giving up. And so, your strength in this connection, that you could have done a lot of stuff to prevent arguments, to prevent fights, that you never really wanted to engage with this person. And, for this to be seen as a strength, it means that this person has no like bad attitude or anything towards you, because they like, look, you really never did anything to me. I was the one that screwed you over. Where this person is, over here in the strength is saying like, look, you were quiet, a little bit too quiet for my taste. You just, this could have been somebody that you just moved on, and you were just like, fuck it, nigga's gonna be a nigga, and you went about your day. You are someone that really never argued and stuff in a relationship, that you could have been the one that every time he got riled up and stuff, you like, look, I'm going for a walk, I don't have time for it. But with the Four of Swords being here with the person that was describing the other side, you never really engaged in arguments and stuff like that. You are somebody that know how to control your tongue. You are somebody that know how to control your temperament. That's very rare. Do it, lady. All right, what is your strength? What is this person's strength? This person's strength is the Death card, which this was the overall energy for the read. Their strength is transformation. This person really did change. This is someone that is going to come back change. This is being seen as a strength, not a weakness. And so it's like, don't underestimate the power of, change, the power of God. When God forces somebody to change and see the error of their ways, this is someone that is really going to come back changed. What is your weakness? What is your weakness now? This is the side we don't like to talk about. What is your weakness? What is the collective weakness? Bitch, you doing too much. You doing too much. This is somebody that don't like to admit they're wrong, because how you gonna got your weakness is the emperor. Your weakness is the emperor. Come on now, bitch. Come on now. It gotta be a little bit deeper than that, But for me to pull this out in your energy, you are somebody that don't like to. You probably don't like to admit you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? You don't like your wrong to be seen, but. You are saying that your weakness is the emperor. Bitch. Your weakness is the emperor. I mean, it can't all be on the other person, baby. We got our wrong too. Because your strength can be seen as a weakness of not saying anything. Engaging in an argument doesn't always mean that you got to yell and fight. Sometimes it's just telling a bitch in a calm voice, nigga, you a bitch ass nigga. That's some dirty ass shit that you did to me. You don't have to yell that. You don't even have to cuss. I just prefer to. But you can tell them in a nice professional way, you a bitch ass nigga, and that shitty stuff you did to me is not fair. I mean, unless you're gonna do some spell work. But I'm giving you the side eye. Am I doing it right? I'm giving you the side eye because it's like, come on, how your weakness? Come on, you know. To me, it kind of shows that you don't like to you don't like to expose your weakness, or you can see yourself as not having any wrong, but it's like, baby, at the end of the day, that is your weakness, because we all have wrong when something don't work out. It's just not one side. They may have majority of the wrong, or they may have the biggest part, but at the end of the day, you got some shit too that you need to work on. And if you don't want me to dive deep and reveal it, I'm not going to reveal it. But we can't say that everything is this bitch ass nigga. You know, yeah, this bitch ass nigga did some stuff. But at the end of the day, you contributed to this too, even if it's you enabling the behavior. What is your weakness? What is your weakness? See, he came out and said it. He done came out and told his truth. And why did this slide on your hand? Uh-huh. Security left and went to another lover. Uh-huh. Now we in his deck, and now since you didn't want to say shit, he said, I'ma tell the nigga. He said, I'ma tell it. You know, but even then it's not still it's saying anything bad about you. Even the cards that slid out on your side is just saying that the King of Pentacles, which will be represented as the security, is saying that security left and went with another lover. And so maybe, that's why you're saying that the Emperor is your weakness, because you're still dealing with that pain. Because, look at him, he got your back. I mean, this was his deck, and he said, you know what, let me slide that over there. Because I'm going to give you my card of letting you know I'm a sneaky ass nigga. Because that's his weakness, he a sneaky ass nigga with the Seven of Swords being here. Seven of Swords is a very sneaky ass nigga. It's trickery, it's deception, it's manipulation. This a bitch ass nigga that's very sneaky. Very sneaky nigga. Very sneaky nigga. But at the end of the day, it is saying that he changed with the death card. But I do like it. This is someone that's very suave. This nigga got swag, because he said, let me admit my wrong and then slide this over here to my bitch, and then taking up for you. He said, look, she only mad because I left for another woman. I left for somebody else. But I'm putting these cards back in this deck because it didn't fall out for him. But I do like that. That was, come on, Spirit, you better come through. That's the one thing about it. These cards take on the energy of the person, and, y'all energies are speaking. I think that is really showing the personality, because you're somebody that's very reserved. With you not wanting to really say what's on your mind, and you just saying the Emperor, it's more than just the Emperor, because even with the cards, he said that, okay, you're still hurt that your security left because it went to another relationship. But even at the end of the day, it's more than that to your weakness. None of us is perfect. We all have something wrong with us. And, and of course, I can go deep as shit in order to see what your weakness really is. But if it don't want to be revealed, then I'm not going to reveal it. But at the end of the day, it shows that you're a very reserved person. You're a very secret and discreet person. That you could somewhat be a perfectionist. That you want to be seen as put together and perfect. But at the end of the day, none of us is perfect, baby. We all got our wrong. As spiritual as I am, my mouth brings so many blessings, but I'm a Gemini. You piss me off, I'm gonna rain down a curse from hell and heaven, and I'm gonna meet you in the middle and beat your motherfucking ass with my words. I'm very dangerous with my words, and I noticed that about myself. My weakness is my words. I can cut a motherfucker down. I got to be very careful with my words, especially the more you get into manifestation and, magic and energy. You realize that every word you speak is a spell in and of itself. whether it's intended to be that or not. And so you got to learn how to control your anger, and you got to learn how to control your temperament, because what you speak can always become a reality, because you have a spirit inside of you that can generate anything if you really mean what it is that you say. And so we must be very careful with our words. But you are somebody that is very reserved, and this was definitely a sneaky ass nigga. Strength, weakness. What is the opportunity for you that's getting ready to come in? What is the opportunity for you that's getting ready to come in? What is the opportunity for you that's getting ready to come in? Ooh, baby. You see yourself as going through pain, and it is so funny that you see yourself the same way he see you, because you showed yourself as the Queen of Wands. You think that you are saying that you're gonna go through. You might not accept him back. You are saying that you feel that you're gonna go through pain. You feel that you're still gonna go through pain with this person. Ooh, damn. Damn, ooh. Goddamn. You feel that you're gonna go through pain. What is your opportunity? What is your opportunity? You have the Nine of Wands. You feel that you are very close to success. And so your goal is to still strive to get the Queen of Wands. Y'all are definitely talking. Y'all are talking in this energy, because he represented you as the Queen of Wands. You represented yourself as the Queen of Wands. Y'all are talking in these energies, boy. And then he done slid those cards over to help you out and was like, oh yeah, it's my fault. I done cheated and went with another bitch. Ooh, y'all talking in this energy. Y'all are talking in this energy. What is the threat? The threat is the thing that can make this whole motherfucking thing burn down. What is the threat? What is your threat? I bet it's going to be walking away. Your threat is the Three of Pentacles. So that is why he feel like he running out of time. Three of Pentacles means somebody else finna come in. So you about to have two people come in. You're about to have look like somebody new and the past coming back. Ooh, okay. Hey, can't be mad at that. I mean, he was the one that left. What is your threat? What is your threat? Kind of make me want to cry a little bit. You feel that your threat is coming back. That's kind of sad. Because the threat in the SWOT analysis is what has the ability to burn this whole motherfucking thing down. The threat is worse than the weakness. A weakness can always be changed into a strength. A threat in the SWOT analysis is what makes a business go out of business. And damn. And so, she thinks that you're going to bring pain, and you think your presence alone is going to just make her run for the hills. It's a little bit sad when somebody has actually done the work to change, but it's like at the end of the day, the damage has already been done. Man, it's like you finally got there, but it's a little bit too late. It's a little bit too late. So, what is the future of this connection in your eyes? What is the future of this connection? What is the future of this connection? Well, I mean, There's a possibility, because the future of this connection, you got the Four of Pentacles that you're holding on. And so you're holding on. You're holding on to the connection. What is the future of the connection in your eyes? What is the future of the connection in your eyes? Too many damn cards. What is the future of the connection in your eyes? Too many damn cards. But the Wheel of Fortune was just out. What is the future of the connection in your eyes? Damn, Ten of Pentacles. You are hoping and praying for family and security to come back. Card at the bottom of the deck is what you don't see coming. What you don't see coming for you is this cup of love is getting ready to come. And right under the Knight of Cups, you got the Nine of Wands, which was represented as his threat of trying to be close to success. No, that was the first message. This is the strength. This is the weakness. This is the opportunity. Ooh. This is the opportunity. So you got his opportunity underneath what's coming in. And so his opportunity was to fight for this thing because it was close to success. That's what the Nine of Wands represent. And so you have the Knight of Cups, that this person is getting ready to offer you a love offer. That's what's coming in for you. And then what's coming in for you, you have the Six. You have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords, Six of Swords. Six of Wands. Six of Wands is about success and victory. It's saying that you're going to have success and victory. Oh, God. Well, I mean, nothing else we can do. What is the angel number for you, baby? What is the angel number for you? She said, baby, I love you. You are my life. Oh, God. 1551. Hold your vision. What is the message for you, Playboy? Come on, Playboy Jones. What's the message for you, baby? Okay, can I shuffle? Okay, now that one fell. You have 0404. It's telling you to slow it down. Slow it down, baby, slow it down. Slow it down, baby, slow it down. Slow it down, baby. All right, that's it, y'all. That's it. I did what I was supposed to do. I did what I was supposed to do. All right, I'm out.